Hey there. So I didn't make a video yesterday because I didn't get in until later because I hung out with a friend after our session yesterday. It's so cool. Oh, first of all, if you hear this blowing sound, I'm sorry, I have a fan on me because somehow the vents got closed in my unit, even though I've been here for 2 weeks. But I noticed it a few days ago that it started getting hot in here. I don't know what happened. Anyway, I must have a ghost. So, which is fine, as long as they're friendly. Well, I guess it's not really friendly because I hate being hot. So anyways, complete sidetrack when I started this video. Hi, I'm here. Gonna talk to you guys about chronic pain and depression. So yeah, this treatment is, and I would assume for treatment for anybody who does any kind of treatment for something going on, and they have a group of people that are doing the same, because I have my blinds down because it's hot in here and the sun. I'm gonna go turn this other light on, hold on. There we go, now you can see my face. I feel like I'm in an interrogation light now. Okay, so anyways, so you bond really quickly, and I know we're together, you know, the majority of the time for the 8, you know, from 8 till 4 every day. So you make really good bonds, and I've definitely made some good bonds. And one girl in particular, we just, you know, it's just one of those times where you just meet someone and you're like, huh, yeah, we click. So she's gonna be leaving on Friday. That's the other thing with this program, is people come and go at different times, so we're not all starting and stopping at the same time, which is kind of nice because you see the progress, you see where people are if they've been in it for longer, and you kind of get a little bit of their wisdom as you go through group sessions with them. So anyways, she's leaving me on Friday, so I'm a little sad about that. But we went out yesterday. We both had to buy an extra suitcase because we have more stuff that we need to get back home. So, and then we went out to dinner and got probably some of the best dessert I've ever had. Banana cream pie, which I think my dad would be jealous of. I mean, it was delicious. And of course now I think the name of the place is Chester's. It's in downtown Rochester, but it was good. Chocolate cake also, and bread pudding. Yeah. And I had the pot roast, and the pot roast was also very good. Anyways, I just had the leftovers. Oh, and cornbread with maple butter. Okay, so some of the stuff, a couple things I just wanted to talk about, and I think I might have talked about biofeedback in one of my first videos because I'd never had biofeedback, and I had my last session today. They'd only do it 3 times. I really like it, but what was interesting for me is I'm really good at breathing already. Like, they want your rests to be like, I don't remember exactly what you wanted to be, under 8, under a certain number. I don't know. I think I was already at like 7 my first time, and then this time I was 6. So I was, you know, it was good. I already breathe nice and deep and slow, which is good to help relax you. But you know, they also measure the tension here, and my tension was actually worse this time than my first time. So that was interesting to me, and it's like not a negative thing. It's still like isn't horrible, but it was, you know, higher than he'd want it to be. But I felt like I was relaxed a lot more than I was the first time, although I have been struggling with this migraine that started on last Thursday, so almost a week. And, you know, part of the struggle is I've been getting off of all this medication, so I am tense. I mean, that's what happens when I have my migraines. So I know that that's going to happen, and So that's, that's probably a lot to do with it. But the really good, the really good thing though is they also ask you, how deep breathing and relaxation can be utilized. Like, how confident am I in those skills to be used to help me go, if I'm having a difficult day or having some increased symptoms. And my confidence went from like a 2 to an 8. So that to me is more important than worrying about that my stress levels were a little bit, the tension in my shoulders was a little bit higher than it was a couple weeks ago. So, so the biofeedback was really cool. And he gave me a list of, there's things you can buy and apps and things that can help with people with breathing. And it's something that I might like try to teach my family and even my kids, just because there are times when all of us get tense and need to just kind of focus on, in those moments, if we realize we're tense and need relaxation, these are some tools to learn on how to do that. And I know my son, even though he's young, he does have he has strong emotions like his mother. So he can get some high anxiety sometimes, or get angry really quickly, get frustrated really easily. So, I think this would be good for him to learn early in life. And that way, you can practice deep breathing in front of people and they don't know you're doing it. It's just you calming yourself, taking really slow, deep breaths through the diaphragm, and, focusing on relaxing areas that are tense. So anyone can do it. And I know it. People are like, oh, it's just breathing. Everybody breathes, but not everybody breathes this way. And learning, the more you do it, the easier it'll be to do it while you're, doing other things. I'm watching TV and I'm doing it, or I'm building some Lego and I'm doing it. And then it becomes more natural. And so hopefully that'll help keep you relaxed. And then, of course, definitely in times where you're at work and things are crazy, and you could just, even in a meeting, just be like, okay, I need to just focus on some breathing and calm myself down a little bit. So, so that was really cool. I really like the guy who does that. He's awesome. I think I already mentioned that in a previous video. I don't remember what I've said and haven't said at this point. So, there's that. So the other thing that we talked about that is really important, and this is the one that I was struggling with, how to talk to my family and friends about it, and it's pain behaviors. So a pain behavior, I have the definition that we were told in class. Pain behavior is an action or behavior that reminds us or people around us about our symptoms. So I know my pain behaviors are avoidance. That's a big one for me. See what else? Medication, which I'm trying to get rid of. Let me see. So, yeah, and I can't, there's a lot, like just using ice a lot. Okay, let me try to explain it. I'm not doing this in a good way. If it's for an acute problem, like I twisted my ankle and I'm going to rest and I'm going to put ice on it, that's great. That's what you should take medication. Like, that's what you do. If it's something that you end up having to do for chronic symptoms, then it can often become as unhelpful. So my medications that I'm weaning off of were helpful in an acute sense, but not so helpful in a long-term sense. And avoidance for me is another big one. And there may be times before my migraines were chronic where, look, I'm getting a migraine, I'm going to go take my migraine medicine, and I'm going to go, I'm not going to go out to eat dinner tonight. Instead, I'm going to stay home and relax and sit in a quiet, dark room, put ice on my head, like those things. And then, it'd be fine because, maybe it only happened like once a month, or hopefully less. But it's when that helped me, so I'm going to do it again, and then I'm going to do it again, and then I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to make kind of an automatic, I'm going to go do this, because that's what has helped in the past, although it probably isn't helping anymore because obviously I'm in chronic pain. I have headaches and migraines all the time. So if that stuff was working, then I wouldn't be in chronic pain. So, and I've talked about how a stressor happens and then I have those immediate thoughts of, the pain's going to get worse, it's not going to go away, and I immediately get fearful and anxious and hopelessness, and that is the cycle that my brain has gotten itself into. So continuing to do the pain behaviors is not helping me. And a big one is talking about your symptoms, which I've obviously been doing in these videos, but not talking about them as how are you feeling today, Christina? I have a migraine. I mean, same as every other day. I have a migraine. I'm not gonna be able to do anything. I don't know if I'm gonna make it to the concert that we want to go to. Tomorrow because I feel like crap, and I catastrophize. So even if maybe at that moment the pain is there, but I could probably still do some stuff, and it doesn't mean the pain's going to get worse or stay long term. So when my family now would ask me, well, how do you feel? It's a really kind of a loaded question because I'm not sure exactly how to respond because I'm not really supposed to talk about how I feel, but I also don't want someone to think that I'm like cured and I'm perfect, I don't feel any pain, because it's not that. I'm going to continue to have the pain. I have been proving to myself that I can still be productive and function and be engaged and do activities, including physical activities, because I do an hour of physical therapy every day. And it's not the physical therapy that I've ever had for migraines before, which always had at least half of my time with the physical therapist was manual manipulation, where they did e-stem, they did dry needling, they did massage. I sat on a heating pad, like none of that. This is pure just doing exercises. And what that has shown me is I can do it on days where my pain level's higher. I might not do quite as much as I do on days my pain level's lower. I still haven't had a pain day because we have to score our days every day, and I still haven't had a day where my pain was under a 4. And the last week it's been more between a 6 and a 7, and that's okay. And I've still been doing everything, and I've been doing a good job. And what I'm really proud of, because I have become so, what's the word? I have not been doing any form of exercise. So sedentary is the word I was looking for. You know, I've had knee pain, and a lot of it, I had gone to a physical therapist for that too. And a lot of it is because my muscles are not strong enough, really. They're not built the way they need to be right now. So they're not holding all of the stuff in the right place. So my knees are kind of not aligned the right way. So what I have found is my knees are starting to feel better. I'm able to bend more than I've been able to before. I can't like do a squat, but I can bend my knees at least some now. And I hadn't been able to do that 2 weeks ago. So, and for those of you who know, because I used to tap dance a lot, and I used to have these amazing calf muscles that tap dancers get. And I was taking a shower, and I was, you know, washing my leg, and I was like, oh, my muscles back in my calf. Like, I can feel it. Like, and it's pretty strong. So those are the things I hold on to. Like, that physical activity is super important for me. And again, I feel like when I say these things, and people that are healthy are going to listen and be like, well, I don't think, people who know me, I don't think are going to necessarily judge. But I think it's also like well, yeah, I mean, exercise is good. Of course, like, I know that. But when you're stuck in a chronic pain situation, and depression, I can't stress that enough. And I keep bringing that up in my group sessions, because every time I'm like, mood is a huge, it's like the tip of the iceberg, I guess, or the last straw for me was to not tip of the iceberg, the last straw. That's the one I was going for. But I really think that was what pushed me into like, I need treatment, because the depression was what really holds you back from doing the things you know will help you. All the things that I'm learning here that I'm doing that I had previously, before I came here, knew would help me, which would be meditation, exercise, socialization, Tai Chi had been mentioned, and that I love it. So, but I needed to be somewhere where somebody was making me do it. And then I could see that I could do it, and I would get better. Where I still struggle is the migraine, and it's hard. I need to work on the emotion, which is fear that it won't go away. And I think fear is the emotions is what really, because logically I can think it's going to go away. It's not going to stay forever. It's not, you know, I'm coming off of medication that is, I'm sure, exacerbating the problem. There's been some weather issues, which I know will exacerbate. I've had some sleep disturbances because I also came off of sleep medication. So there's lots of reasons why I am having more pain right now than a week ago. But so logically, I know that it's not going to last forever. I got to work on changing emotions is hard, y'all. Like, I can't, it's like the thing that I'm having the hardest time controlling is my emotions. And like, this is why my son is my son, because he's the same way as me. They are really just a big part of me. And because the brain is so linked together, these are like my automatic emotions that I have associated with my chronic symptoms. So, and it's been years in the making, so it's going to take some time to break them. So when I talk about my pain, and for it to not be a pain behavior, but for me to just talk about it, is to not catastrophize it, but to say, yeah, I'm having a difficult day, but I still am doing these things. So when I'm back home with my family, it's going to have to be maybe not how are you feeling, but, you know, what are your plans for today? And then, you know, if I'm like, you know, like I woke up I'm having a difficult day, so I was going to do X, Y, and Z, but instead I think I'll do some modification, one of my tools, and adjust it slightly. But what I don't do is say, I'm going to take this medicine, which I won't, because I don't want to come off of any of this medicine again, or I'm going to go to my room because I don't feel good. That's what I can't do. So, and I think they said they give us a letter to give out to family and friends on what will help me the most with regards to my pain behaviors. So, because you pass someone on the street and they're like, hi, how are you? And you're like, great. That's fine. But when somebody I care about that's in my life is asking me how I'm doing, I'm not a person that's going to be like, I'm great, because I don't lie, and that's a lie. It might not be a lie. Maybe I'm great that day, but I'm just saying, if it's a difficult day, and I'm not going to be like, great, because if you're asking me, I'm assuming you're asking me because you actually want to know the answer. So I want to be able to provide the answer without having to go into great detail, because I don't want it to become something I'm focusing on. I don't want to focus on the pain, but I do want you to know, hey, this may be a harder day right now, and so maybe we have to modify our plans. Maybe I need a little extra help. Maybe I'm not going to be able to get through all the laundry today. Maybe I'm only going to do the most important laundry today, which is probably Andrew's clothes, because for some reason his clothes are the ones that always need done. I don't know why either. It's so weird. Anyways, so, and I also think that the people that are wanting to need to know this information are the ones that have been watching my videos, which is great, because this is why I'm doing it, partially for you guys, partially for me, so that I can go back when I need to, and when I'm struggling with something specific. This is why I try to make, they give us different topics every day, so I'm trying to break them down into those when I just do the description, and so I know if I need to go back and say, hey, how did we deal with this? I can go back and find that information. So pain behaviors when I'm struggling, because we all, it's gray. There's a lot of gray there. It's can't say you can't ever talk about your symptoms, or you can't ever take medication, because there are some medications I do take, but I still have to watch how often I take them. So it's not just do this, don't do this. And it's going to be different for different people, and it's going to be different if you have some acute things that come up. So I'm still working on the best ones for me, identifying my pain behaviors and the best way for me to tackle those as I go through, and especially when I'm back home. So so that was today. And then the other thing that I got, and I'm not going to work on it today because I'm having a difficult day, but there's a couple things that I have to do before I'm done, which I have still a week. Tomorrow I'll have a week, so that many days. But they have us do a 2-week plan. So I will be saying what I'll be doing for the 2 weeks after I leave treatment. And fortunately, I'm already lined up to work on a show with the theater, so I'll have that I'm going to be jumping right into with auditions. So that's going to be great, because it's going to have something that I enjoy doing, that it's going to keep me out of bed. And then also we have to fill out a difficult day plan. And I think in the last video I said bad day, which I shouldn't say, because it's not a bad day, it's a difficult day. Words are really important to how our brains process it. And if we have been saying certain words in association with our symptoms, it can trigger that in our brain to have those automatic fear thoughts, those emotions pop up. So difficult day plan, which I started reading it and it's like, do not make this plan while you're having a difficult day. So I'm going to try to wait on this one. But yeah, so there's I haven't gone through it yet, but when I do try to get through it, I maybe there'll be some interesting points to take out to talk about. If anybody is interested in the biofeedback part that I was talking about and any like apps or anything, let me know and I can share with you some of the stuff that I was given from the guy today, because I think it's pretty cool, and especially if you work a lot and you're at your desk, there's things where you can put that will remind you to breathe, or like it'll show you like something on your screen like to help you like breathing in and out. I know, look into biofeedback and diaphragmatic breathing if you want, because I know I keep talking about breathing and it seems obvious, but yeah, I know I talked about it earlier and I just was like, I said there's resources, but I'm not going to give you the resources, but unless you're really interested, and then you can text me or comment or call me or whatever. So, okay. I think that's it for today. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else that we talked about. Emotions is what I wrote, because that's emotions. I have them very strongly. So, I appreciate you guys again. Really, really appreciate you. And I am missing you all like crazy. So I'm excited for only having a week left, but I'm also terrified for only having a week left. But I am missing you guys. Definitely missing my babies. So, okay, well, I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.